Hey, it's Kassy. Today we're going to play with some graphics products and make a fun sort of mixed media wall art, I guess. It could really be made into anything you want, but this is what I'm going to do. So I started with Computer Grafix Clear Adhesive Backed Film for Inkjet. All right, this stuff is magical. I love it so much. I have so much of it because I use it all the time. It's great for layering. So what I did is take some photographs that I took recently on a trip to New York, and I brought them into Illustrator and I made them into vector graphics, so I can make them as big or as small as I want, and we'll still keep all of the detail of the imagery. So I just picked a few of my favorites. I don't know which one we're going to do today because it's just going to sort of happen as we go. But these are photographs that then were printed onto the computer graphics. And I'll show you here. It'll be easier to show on this one. If I peel this apart, there's a protective backing on here, okay? So then you can see it's sticky. I don't want to touch it too much, but it's sticky back here, and you can see that it's clear, it's see-through. So we are going to create on a different surface and then layer this on top of it and make something really cool. So that's kind of how it works. It also comes in a matte version, which I actually have a sample here. I've got some other pieces that I did that I'm not going to use today, but I do want to show you at least really quick. There is a matte version. This was also printed on inkjet printer, so it's just matte. It's this, but it's in a red package. It says matte adhesive backed film for inkjet. Okay, so it comes in both of those ways. It does also come in a version for toner as well, for toner printers. Okay, but you can see here, it's still sticky on the back, but you can't really see through it. It's more of like a thick vellum, but you can still print on it and do some really cool layering and stuff with that. So both of those exist for you, so just so you know. So I'm gonna move these off to the side for now. I've got some golden paint here. These are fluid acrylics, and I have a So-Flat. You could use any paint. I just wanted something relatively thin, easy to move around, to do the next step of the project. I have some scraping tools. This is this is a scraper from scrapbook.com. And then I have an old credit card from the mail, not a real one, but just when they try to sell them to you. I like to keep these for just scraping, in journals or whatever, for small things. You can see it's very well loved and used a lot. So both of these would work great if you have a smaller area to cover or bigger area. I keep both of these around. You definitely could use a squeegee. We're going to do some squeegee art on here, but I can't find my squeegee right now. So we're just using what we have, which are these scrapers, which will work just as fine. But I think a squeegee would be fun too. And I think I might have to get another one because I don't know where mine is anymore. This surface is Grafix Opaque Craft Plastic in white, and this sheet is 9 by 12. We don't need the whole thing because our pieces, our computer graphics, are of course 8.5 by 11, so they can go through the printer. But then, as you can see, some of them, there's border down here. Some of them aren't even quite as large as that. So, yeah, we're just gonna play and put some paint on here, squeegee-like. And then we're going to do some layering and make a really nice art piece. So let's see. I think I just want to start, I think I'm going to go light to dark probably. And so I'm starting with the Hansa Yellow Medium. And I'm just going to put a little bit here and a little bit over here. And again, I don't even know what art print we're gonna use this on yet. Sometimes I really just like art to be fluid and kind of easy and not overthinking it, because if I'm like, okay, well, the thing is going to sit here and it's going to be like that. And, I can get in my head really quickly. And I know this about myself, and I don't want to do that. I want this to be just really easy and fluid and intuitive, sort of. So I'm just going with whatever feels good in the moment. And, if that's something you're comfortable with, do it. And if it's something you're not comfortable with, I would say maybe do it anyway. It's totally up to you. Isn't that a beautiful yellow? So yeah, I'm just moving some color around here and there. I've got extra on my scraper here, so I'm just trying to move it all around. I don't have to use every little bit, but I sure do like to. Isn't that gorgeous? Wow. Okay, and I like that it has a scrapey look to it. That's kind of what you get with these, or even with the squeegee. The squeegee is a little bit neater, I'll say, with the final outcome. You know, you have a little less of this on the end. It's a little bit neater, but you get a very similar effect. I would try both ways, honestly, if you have a squeegee or scraping tools, just to see which way you like better. Next, I'm going to come in with some fluorescent pink. Now, this is not in a squeezy tube, so it's in a pot. So I'm going to get a little palette knife here so that I can put some onto this surface, and then I will squeegee it. Oh, that's a lot. Let's start with that. I don't need to be overpowering. And we'll use the big one. And I wiped off the yellow. We'll just make sure all the yellow's off. Make sure you wipe your squeegee in between. Okay, and then we're just gonna go for it. And you do want to layer a little bit. That's amazing. Holy moly. Okay. Okay, what do I want to do next? I think I just want a little bit down here. I'm going to use only the excess, or what's left over. Okay. And you don't have to go edge to edge. You can do what you like. There's a lot of scraping in this piece, which I think is amazing. But again, it's all about your preference. So if you don't like the scraping, you might like the squeegee a little bit better. Now, I'm going to do teal next, but before I do that, I think it's really important for you to move your substrate around, your canvas, whatever you're working on, whether you go this way or come this way. It's really good when you're doing stuff like this, or really any kind of artwork that's maybe a little bit more abstract. It's good to turn your canvas around just so you get a different perspective. All right. I think I know what I want to do with this, and I'm going to go this way with it. Okay. And I'm just going to squeeze a little bit up here. We'll see what we do. I am going to use my large scraper again. That seems to be working pretty well here. And I'm just going to go like that. There it is. I like that. And now I'll dry it. Those are all the colors I'm going to use because I got this Quin Magenta out, which is really gorgeous, but I think it's a little too dark for what I'm doing here, mainly because the image that's going to go on top of this is really dark, right? It's just black. So I don't want that to sort of interfere in those tones to be too close to each other. So I think this is as far as I'm going to go. This is all nice and dry. Now I am going to have to cut this down in the end because they're too big, but I do first want to stick this down, and then we'll cut them both together. So again, I printed this from a photograph onto, but you could print whatever you want. It could be clip art, could be anything. You just put this in your inkjet printer like you would any paper, and you run it through and it prints on here. And then I like to set it down on the counter or table for a little while and just let it sort of air dry, because it will smear a little bit at first until the ink dries. Once the ink dries, I mean, you can see, it's not going anywhere. But I would say that would be my recommendation, to print it and then go set it off somewhere, let it chill for a little bit before you come back to actually use it. Okay, so now I'm ready to peel this off. I'm just gonna do it this way. You could put multiple images on a sheet, and then cut them up so you can use them for lots of projects. Really just depends on what you're doing. So now look at this. We get to sort of preview and get a peek of where things are going to lay. You know, do I want it to go this way or the other way? Where do I want it to sit? This is so cool. I love this. Very excited. So I'm going to try it the other way just for fun. I like to see what all the options are before you make a decision. That looks pretty cool. I think I like it this way the best, actually. Okay, once you stick it down, you are committed. So you really want to make sure that you have it in the right spot. Look at this. This is so cool. So now I'm going to cut this down and actually frame it. And here we are. Look at this, framed in a black frame. You could even mat it. You can make it as fancy or not as you want. Hang it on the wall, give it as a gift. You can use all sorts of different prints with this. I just think it's so fun, and it's just an easy, quick, and really interesting way to display your photographs and your art. So I hope that you enjoyed this project and maybe learned something new, found some inspiration. If you'd like to learn more about Grafix products, you can visit graphicarts.com. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye.